name's Jordyn and welcome back. Today I'll be taking you through a 30-minute fit flow. If you have a set of dumbbells, that would be great, but if you don't, you can always use water bottles or anything that you can grab a hold of that has a little weight to it. And if you don't have anything or you choose not to use weights, you can use body weight. That's what's so awesome about this fit flow practice. And if you usually use dumbbells, I usually recommend lighter sets, but for this 30-minute class, to get it more amped up and more compact into 30 minutes, try increasing the weight a little bit just to see how it goes. So today we'll get started actually on our backs in a reclined butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet to touch, letting the knees fall wide, and then slowly lower it down onto your forearms, letting the head fall heavy to the mat. And your hands can be down by your sides or pressing the palms into the thighs to open up the knees just a bit more. And finding a place of contentedness and balance, just as you are. Being truly content means not trying to manipulate anything to our preference, but just noticing and feeling the things that they are. So this state of your neutral self, but also your balanced self. So today, creating a centeredness that is unshakable. We'll start to deepen the breath together. On your next inhale, filling up through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, one more. Exhale, open mouth. Slowly draw the knees into touch, bringing them up to 90 degrees. We're going to start to work the core right off the bat. So shins parallel to the ground, arms out to T or to goalpost. They can also be underneath your butt for a little more support. On your exhale, drop the knees over towards the right to a hover, so keeping this 90-degree bend. Inhale brings you back through center, and exhale, drop the knees to the left. Bring knees through center. Exhale over to the right. So this shouldn't be too difficult. We just want to start to engage the core. We'll take one more each side. On your next inhale, come back to center. And slowly rise up into a boat. So, on your sits bones, shins are still parallel to the mat, opening up to the chest. And then start to rock back on your spine, rocking back up to your head, and then rocking up to a seat into boat. Again, rock it back, up to boat, and now we'll do about 8 of those. And each time you're up at the top in that high boat, feeling that catch in the low belly before you rock back. We'll take 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Roll back one more time. And this time, plant your feet at the top of the mat. My mat has moved up. Plant the feet at the top of the mat. And then slowly rise up into chair. That could have been so much more graceful. I'm sorry. Bringing big toes to touch, squeezing those inner thighs together, pressing the shins back, and take the arms up overhead. Relaxing those shoulders, pulling the arms up towards the ears. And internally rotating the arms so that the pinkies face in. Stay for one more breath here as you sink the hips lower and lengthen the spine longer. And slowly rise up to standing, reaching those arms overhead. And we'll take the left wrist in our right hand and reach over towards the right, opening up the left side of the chest towards the sky. Inhale, brings you through center and switch it out. Left hand grabs right wrist. Inhale through center, take the gaze up. And exhale, step this left foot back into crescent. So high on those left toes. Heel is on the ball. Pressing into that right heel. Engaging the low belly, reaching up with those fingers. And on your exhale, framing that right foot, stepping it back to meet the left. And in this high plank, we're gonna stay and take some toe taps. So toes, right toes off the right side of the mat, and then left toes off the left. And we'll stay for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your high plank. You have the option of lowering down all the way if you're not feeling quite too warmed up yet, taking a baby cobra. Or you can lower halfway if you're ready. And inhale to an up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll stay here for a few breaths since this is our first down dog. On your next inhale, gaze to the top. And exhale, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, rising up to high mountain. And this time, stepping the right toes back into crescent. Squeezing those inner thighs together, rotating the hips forward to square off towards the front of the mat. Engaging that right thigh, pulling it up towards the sky. And exhale, framing left foot, stepping the left foot back into high plank. And this time we'll take knee taps, dropping the right knee and then the left knee to the mat. Trying to keep those hips steady, not moving side to side. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale as you shine the heart. And exhale, downward dog. One breath in here, filling up. And emptying out. Inhale, that right leg rises, three-legged dog. And exhale, right foot steps to the top of the mat. And grabbing those weights, and if they're not nearby, you can come out of this lunge and get back into it. On your next inhale, when you have these weights, rise up, shoulders stacked on top of hips. You're bringing arms up to goalpost, so elbows at shoulder height. On your inhale, bringing forearms and palms to touch, and exhale, open it up. Inhale together, exhale, open. And if you start to lose your balance, creating a strong foundation from the bottom up. So noticing the right foot planted, those left toes firmly grounded. And then from there, creating purpose in this stance. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open it up to warrior 2. Arms will be out to T, and I guess this would be a good time if you had those lighter weights, because we're gonna stay here and take some circles. So with the arms going in a forward direction, having a little bend in the elbows, not locking out those arms. And this is super challenging, I know, but sinking into that right leg just a bit more. Trying to get the thigh parallel to the mat. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those elbows in, shake them out. Keeping this warrior 2 stance. We'll come into side angle, so dropping right elbow to right knee, or the right hand to the mat. Reaching the left arm up, pressing those hips forward, opening up the chest as you squeeze those shoulder blades together. We'll stay here in this side angle for 1 breath in and out. And on your next inhale, we'll rise up to that warrior 2. And exhale, side angle. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down. And now moving back and forth. And each time you rise up, taking the gaze out on top of those right fingers. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay in this side angle. Notice the left pinky toe of that left foot pressing into the mat. And from here, we'll start to take this left arm and wrap it underneath of our right leg. So threading the needle, but in this side angle position. And then exhale as you open it up. Inhale, thread the needle. Exhale, open. Maybe taking the gaze and following this weight. Trying to challenge your balance by not just staring at one point. I know the theme is balance, but we always want to challenge ourselves too, to create that state of contentness. We'll stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping this left weight down, framing the right foot. And then we're gonna ditch one of those weights, so bring one of them off to the side, keeping one in both of your hands. And on your next inhale, gaining so much strength from the foundation of your feet and the engagement of your low belly, we're gonna rise up to a hover over this right leg, reaching that weight out in front of you. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping that weight, stepping the right foot back. That was a lot on that right leg. And lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. On your next inhale, left leg rises towards the sky, 3-legged dog. And exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Grabbing those weights. And on your next inhale, rising up to crescent. Driving those hips down towards the mat, but coming up out of the low back. So as you lengthen up through the crown of the head. Just imagine your spine being stretched from top to bottom. Arms are up to goalposts. On your inhale, bringing palms and forearms to touch. And exhale as you open. Inhale, bring it together. Exhale, expand. And now check in with those elbows, making sure they haven't dropped. We'll stay for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open it up, warrior 2. Right foot spins flat to the back of the mat. Left toes are pointed forward, guiding that knee directly on top of that left ankle. Arms are out to T. And this time we'll go backwards with these circles. Again, putting a little bend in the elbow. That'll even engage the biceps as well as the shoulders. Gaze goes off on top of the left hand or that left weight. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale into side angle. Left elbow to left knee or left palm to the mat. And then that right arm up and open. Staying here as you notice this pose just how it is. On your next inhale, rise up to warrior 2. Gaze goes over the left hand. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring it down. So now moving at your own pace. If you want to move a little slower, or if you want to move a little faster, go ahead. We'll take 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring it down to that side angle. And we'll thread the needle with this right hand. So on your inhale, wrapping the right arm underneath the left leg. Maybe turning the torso down towards the mat. And exhale, expanding open, reaching the chest up. Inhale as you lower the weight down. Exhale, bring it up. For 8, 7, and one thing I always forget to do in this pose is really press through the nice edge of whatever foot is in the back parallel to the mat. So just noticing if your foot is pressed firmly. We'll take 3 more. 2, 1. Framing the left foot, spinning onto those right toes. taking one of the weights and putting it off to the side. Grabbing a hold of that one weight. It's gonna be so hard. I'm so sore from what I did yesterday. So bringing the weight, hovering the chest and taking it out in front of us. And holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Left leg steps back to meet the right. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, shine the chest. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lifting those hips up. And a deep breath out. 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, gaze into the top of your mat. And exhale, step or float feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Heel to those feet out about hips width distance. And take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. On your next inhale, you pull the heart forward. And exhale, flaring those elbows out, pulling the chest back. Towards those thighs, taking the gaze back behind you. Letting the neck release. Releasing that grip. Heel to the feet back in together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand it up, high mountain. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. So we're gonna do one more little thing to engage our arms because that was a lot of legs. So grabbing those weights, even though we're gonna come back into chair. So going back into that chair pose, bringing big toes to touch. Hugging those elbows in towards your sides. And squeezing, it's like the end of a tricep kickback. So squeezing the triceps together. And we're just gonna hold here. And then we're gonna pulse. Pressing those shins back as much as you can. I know it's hard because there's weight behind you. And we'll stay for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring hands to heart center. Come up onto those tiptoes. And we're gonna stay here. And maybe add some pulses in this chair. Up and down. I know I said no more legs, but kind of felt like doing this before taking it down to toe squat. And we'll pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, come up higher on those toes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now still high in those toes, don't drop the heels. Lower your butt down on to rest on your heels. So in a toe squat, a little more balance for today's theme. You can drop the knees to the mat if that is more comfortable for you. But we'll bring the arms out, down by your sides, elbows squeeze in. And it's like a bicep curl, but coming halfway and holding. So bringing the elbows glued to our sides, and then making a 90-degree angle between the forearm and the bicep. Maybe shifting a little more weight into those toes, raising the heels just a bit more. And now we're gonna pulse the weights up and down. And this could be super easy, and that's because you might not be focusing on that bicep. So just envision, I know this sounds so weird, but envision your bicep in your mind as you're doing this. Focus on that exact spot. It'll really help you engage. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the weights. Now lower everything to the mat. Shake out those feet. And now we'll come onto our backs. So I made this up the other day. I don't know how many people are gonna like this, but it's kind of fun. So we're gonna try it out. And this maybe is already a thing, but I've never seen it anywhere else, just in my mind. So raising up to a low boat, so hovering the heels and the shins, bringing the chest off the mat, raising those arms overhead. And then start to roll over onto your stomach. I'm gonna go the other way because you won't be able to see me. But keeping everything lifted, and you'll end in a locust. Next, inhale, raise everything higher. And exhale, return to your back, keeping everything lifted. Next, inhale, raise higher. And exhale, flip onto the belly. And it might be a very slow transition, not to drop anything, that's okay. And here, bringing those arms up by your ears. Exhale, roll onto your back. Next, exhale, roll onto your belly. And exhale, flip once more onto your back. And now flutter those feet, or scissor them, whatever you choose. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full body stretch, drop everything to the mat. And now rising up to a seat. Just a little more core. We'll grab one of those weights. You guys can watch what I'm doing first. But we'll come back onto our backs. Right knee is into chest, the left leg is hovering. And with this right knee in our chest, we're gonna take the weight over towards the right. And then switch it out, left leg into chest. Weight goes to the left. So they're kind of like Russian twists, but on our back. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in, take some rock side to side. And now let the left foot drop to the mat, crossing this right ankle on top of the left thigh into figure 4. You can stay here, or if you want a little more, bringing this left knee into chest, wrapping the arms, the hands around the left shin. And if that's still not enough for you, start to rock over towards the left, and then you'll feel the catch in the right glute. And now switch it out. Right foot plants on the mat, left ankle crosses on top of right thigh. Hugging the right knee in. Finding a spot that feels a little tense, a little sore. And then sending so much love into that spot. Make it feel so much more alive. crossing, releasing the legs down. Take the feet up towards the sky, pressing through those heels. And you can stay here in legs up the wall or come into shoulder stand, lifting those hips up, placing the hands on the low back. Creating purpose from the elbows up and bringing this purpose out of your toes towards the sky. You can stay here or dropping the legs behind the head into plow pose. Come back up through shoulder stand and lower the hips to the mat. Hug the knees in. Take the arms out to T or to goalpost. And then drop the knees over towards the right. Inhale brings you back through center. And exhale, legs drop to the left. Inhale, knees through center. Now bring the forehead up to meet the knees. Give yourself a huge hug, a big squeeze. And on your next exhale, dropping everything to the mat. And closing down the eyes. And coming into that state of contentness. Even after all that crazy stuff we did. A centeredness that is unshakable. Laying here in total relaxation. Untouched by everything else except for yourself. Deep breath in as you fill up. And a big exhale out leads you into your final relaxation, Shavasana. If you want to continue this Shavasana, feel free to pause the video here. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, taking the arms overhead, full body stretch. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Hug those knees in, and rolling off to your favorite side into a fetal position. Slowly rise up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Bringing hands to your heart center. Finding that center of balance in your body. Maybe shifting back and forth on those sits bones. And then coming to a place of an upright spine right in the middle of your sits bones. Inhale as we take those arms up, full body stretch, one last time. And exhale, bringing hands through heart center, thanking yourself for taking this time to practice. And we bow into ourselves as we say, Namaste. Thank you all for taking this Fit Flow class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video.